I think we've been bogged down in policy debates for far too long, and I think because of the fractured nature of our society, that it's difficult always. There's always going to be opponents to certain policy, and I think that we need to move beyond that now. I think the perennial problem is that we agree, once we even get over the hump of policy being adopted, it's the implementation is where we get bogged down. And I think that we're now in a stage where South Africa is in serious danger of complete and utter paralysis in the economy if there is not serious implementation. And I don't think that people are oblivious to the fact that implementation is where the problem is. And I think that is a result of an inefficient and broken bureaucracy, that even when there is agreement, such as on the National Development Plan, there is broad consensus in society about it, but that you see, for example, on the national health insurance, that when it comes down to nuts and bolts, that because of an inefficient government system and a broken system, that getting that actually into practice is where the system fails.
Now, one of the biggest debates in South Africa, ongoing debate, is around the land issue. This after 24 years of democratic South Africa. Do you believe the ANC has a plan to address this issue, or is it just politics at play now?
I think the ANC is coming at the land issue in the wrong way. It's reacting to a series of events. It's reacting to the pressures in society. It's reacting to populist messaging, and it's reacting to a resolution at the ANC's 54th National Conference that was not really planned for. So you don't have a proper sequence in the way it's playing out. You don't have proper discussion and debate about the implementation of it. So, for example, there are easy wins in the land question. So, for example, there are budgets available in government that are there for land redistribution that have not been used. There is available land that government is supposed to redistribute that it's not doing, and therefore it's getting bogged down in a philosophical debate about a change to the constitution and what effect that might have on property rights. And I think therefore the ANC is unprepared for it, and you have the president constantly having to reassure in the investor community, ensure the markets that this will not have a disastrous outcome, that South Africa will not emulate Zimbabwe at any point. But you can't tell that because there is not a predictable pattern in the way this land debate is ensuing.
Does the president even have real power within the ruling party?
I think the president does have power. I think he's having problem exerting power in the ANC because there's still different factions at play. I think that he's getting a competition from within the ANC top six, and within the ANC National Executive Committee it is difficult to make decisions, and we've seen that play out, for example, in the situation in the Northwest Province, where they have battled to agree on a name for the Premier of the Northwest, and even in the way that they have had to handle other provinces such as KwaZulu-Natal, that he is facing internal contestation within the ANC. That being said, I think everybody knows that Cyril Ramaphosa is very necessary at the top of the ANC ticket for the ANC to maintain its majority in the election. So I think that while we are going through a difficult phase now in the ANC, that as we ease towards the election campaign, you will see that the ANC will close ranks, that there will be more of a cohesive feeling within the ANC, that they're going to fight the most difficult election in the democratic era, and that they need to rally around the presidency of Cyril Ramaphosa.
Talking about the elections, we're going to them in 2019. How do you see them play out?
Well, I think it's going to be a very unpredictable election, and you can see that now by the way the opposition parties are trying to find issues to latch on to. And I think there's great difficulty. I think we're in a state of flux, and the stands are shifting, and where we are now might be very different to where we are at the point where South African voters are ready to make their crosses. So, and I think that the issues that are going to play a big role in the election debate is, for example, land. It's going to be economic transformation. It's going to be the state of leadership in society, because I think that because of the period we've been through, because of the state of poor leadership, that what exactly makes a good leader, what defines a good leader in a society, who we want to be president, has to be a necessary debate going into that election.